Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In Forrester's main office, Taylor asks Ridge to tell Steffy she was there. Ridge urges her to stay, but she doesn't want to get in the way. Ridge convinces her, and she thanks him for all of his textbooks. He wanted her to know she's not alone in this. Taylor updates Ridge on her rearmost visit to Grace Buckingham. She likes her figures and was thrilled about their work with Chandra. Ridge says it was an experience he'll no way forget. He tells Taylor the study of losing her was "We cherish you." In the design office, Hope tells Carter she's in admiration of him, his big dreams for the company, the way he stood up to Steffy. Carter chuckles. He respects Steffy, but she needs to get over herself. They bandy Ridge and Eric approving the jewelry line. Hope says Steffy will now have to get along with someone differently she doesn't like. Perhaps having Ivy around will take the heat off of her and she'll get half the pitfalls. Carter says she can't be hanging anyone. He walks over to the clothes rack, and she warns him about what happens when he sees lingerie. He pictures her in it. They're about to kiss when Brooke walks by and reminds them to be careful. Hope tells her mama Steffy formerly again hovered her and hope for the future. Hope explains that Steffy is on the warpath and advised her again that if she crossed a line with Finn, she'd end her line. Brooke imagines she doesn't have to worry about that now. Hope smiles at Carter. No, she does not. At the Precipice house, Steffy makes out with Finn, who has just come in wet from the ocean. She knows he'll ruin this by putting on diminutives. Finn says he has to work. Steffy sighs. She dreads going into work moment and having to deal with Hope. Steffy loves her job, but she's not only dealing with Hope, but Ivy now too. Her father is averring on doing the jewelry line again. She adds that Ivy is a Forrester and belongs there at least, unlike Hope. Finn wishes they could get on. Steffy calls him Carter, because he's been on a kick recently for them all to unite. The way he's talking, he seems like Hope's biggest champion. After he gets dressed, Finn tells Steffy he thinks Carter's throwing his weight around a bit. Steffy says she typically doesn't mind, but commodity doesn't feel right. Him backing Hope's line when it's underperforming is odd. I suppose she's impacting him ever. Finn tells his woman. To hang in there, however, she needs to flash back that it doesn't matter if anyone rubs her the wrong way moment. This matters. Steffy will try to leave the work worries behind her. Finn assures her she has his support. They go over Hope, kissing him. Finn feels that will no way be again. Steffy heads out and Finn tells her she's loved. After she goes, he realizes she forgot her tablet. In the design office, Carter tells Hope and Brooke that he's being wormed by Eric and Ridge. He really believes in his plan. Hope does too, and I believe in you. Carter sighs, now to find out if Ridge does. After Carter exits, Hope and Brooke bandy his idea. Brooke realizes her son really wants this for him. Hope wants it for all of them. It could take the company to heights they've no way pictured of, that's if Ridge believes in him as much as she does. Brooke warns her against getting her expedients up. Hope says this is some vagrancy. Carter has spent times probing this and believes it can work. Brooke knows she gave him the provocation to make the pitch. She doesn't want her to be dissatisfied if it doesn't work out. Hope argues that Carter would no way propose a threat that would harm the company. This should be an easy yes. She hopes Ridge sees that it's the smart thing to do. In the main office, Taylor and Ridge bandy chakras and he cracks jokes. They agree she has a bright future ahead of her. Carter walks by and asks if Ridge has an alternate. He's surprised he hasn't heard from him yet. Ridge asks if there's a meeting he forgot about. Carter wants to know about his offer to turn the company into a luxury brand. Are we doing it? Taylor gets up to leave, but Carter wants her to help him move Ridge, that luxury brands is the way to go. They can enjoy it all. He's sure they can pull this off, just tell me you're ready. Carter goes on that he's devoted his entire career to seeing the company succeed. The time for this is now. Ridge says it's not just him who has to subscribe off, there's Steffy, Brooke, and his pater. It's his heritage. He doesn't have an answer for him, not yet. Ridge reminds Carter they gave the jewelry line the go-ahead. Carter asks what the point is of taking one step forward and two way back. With Steffy's constant pitfalls toward hope for the unborn, he doesn't want her issues with hope to affect in the elimination of one of their most popular lines. Ridge hears what he's byword. Carter asks if he hears him on expansion too. As his friend, he hopes he'll do what's necessary to move Steffy and Eric. Ridge squints, as your friend, I'm telling you we'll make a decision veritably soon. In the design office, Hope flashes to kissing Carter and smiles. She walks over to the clothes rack and chooses a silky nightie. Smiling to herself, she goes and puts it on. While she's behind the screen, Finn comes in with Steffy's tablet. He makes a noise while placing it on the office with a note. Hope, allowing it's Carter, emerges and says, I've been staying for you. Finn gawps, seriously, Hope? Hope gasps and passages, falling on top of Finn on the office. Just also, Steffy walks in. She gasps, oh my god, and tells Hope to get off of her hubby right now. Steffy Forrester is determined to get vengeance on some people at Forrester Creations. Who's on Steffy's trick rather of treat list this time? What wrong may transpire those who have betrayed her? Steffy is about to unleash some Halloween horror of her own. Steffy feels she has been eyeless-sighted, she has been manipulated, and she has had enough. Hope Logan just doesn't know when to stop and she'll set of a shocking chain response. Hope will squinch up and set Steffy off, which could lead to Carter Walton coming to her deliverance and paying the ultimate price in the end. Steffy is going to connect the blotches, and will probably assume that Hope is manipulating Carter into supporting her because he's attracted to her, and that isn't good for business. Steffy will no doubt defy Hope about her reservations, and point out that Carter is supporting her for the wrong reasons. Of course, Hope will make some smart comment that sets Steffy off indeed more. Steffy will do commodity as CEO that will affect the whole company. Will Steffy end Hope's line or fire Carter, or perhaps both? Cutting Hope for the future just doesn't sound like it would be enough to get Steffy's point across. Carter has crossed that line and Steffy may be determined to fire him because of it. After all, Carter's magnet to Hope is what has him pushing for Hope for the future, and it isn't like Hope asked him to start backing her line. Hope may be fully shocked when Ridge Forrester backs up Steffy on this decision, because he has to look at the good of the company. All of this seems to lead to a big power switch at Forrester that could really shake effects up. It could clearly be intriguing to see how this plays out. Ridge may move himself to the canine house veritably snappily, but he could decide to agree with Steffy on firing Carter and kill Hope's line as well. Whatever the case, Steffy is determined to get vengeance, and she's not above using her spot as co-CEO to make that be. It clearly may come down to who is on the mincing block and maybe two for the price of one.